Welcome back, everyone, to another epic Victoria 2 series. Now, I've had a bit of a hiatus on my channel. There are many reasons, but yeah, I'm back. So, today we're doing something weird, because when I'm about to unpause now, or, well, I mean, okay, okay, yeah, sure, Splendid Isolation. When I unpause, I will not repause. Yes, you heard it here first. I am playing Victoria 2, and my goal is to play it without pausing. Which, you might be going like, what the fuck are you, bro, what's going on? But, yeah, I just wanted to, try this out. Play Victoria 2 single player without pausing, because I want to get into multiplayer. And in multiplayer, you don't pause. So I need to get used to this. Now, obviously, playing single player without pausing is very different from playing multiplayer anyway. But, it's still something. So, yeah. I might be insane, but who knows? Oh, my justification. Oh, shit. I need to actually do this. I need to show the options decision because I need to disable the micronations. Where are they? Really? Oh, there we go. Disable microstates. Let's go. Okay. Bremen defaults. Don't care. Do I? I think it's yeah. This is kind of something that obviously kind of breaks it. Is events in Victoria 2 single player automatically pause you, but yeah, sure, we're gonna live with that. I'm gonna try not to cheat on my own rules by having events. So yeah, right. Positivism. No, positivism. Maybe maybe railroad. Maybe medicine. Okay. So basically, what the point of this, quote unquote, challenge, I guess? Who's even challenged by Victoria 2 single player? No idea. Is to, I don't know, spice things up a little bit. Why is my construction spending capped at 100%? I have no idea. Anyway, maximum of these two spendings. Give me some tariffs. I want money. And actually, I might appoint the reactionaries. Hide the options decisions. But yeah, basically the whole idea is... No, actually, I don't want that to be the case. The whole idea is to just have a fun game. And Lubeck, don't care. Also, this is jingoism, so that's better than nothing. Don't think I want to click the nationalize the industry focus or decision. Thank you very much. So yeah, just get a little better at Victoria 2, and also have an excuse to not, not edit the video, because yeah, just that's always good. You know what I mean? Now we're playing on GFM mod. Playing on the GFM mod, and the GFM mod is kind of like HFM, the flavor mod, but just with some more things added, and it's actually still in development, unlike HFM. And yeah, I'm playing Sardinia-Piedmont because why not? It's a fun country. It's a fun country also to play in this format, because you don't need to wait that long to do anything. And you also don't really need to... Oh, right. I'm going to go into that a little bit to buy clippers at the beginning. Oh, really? Gold Rush. No, that's nice. Yeah, so we get Gold Rush here. Don't need to wait that long. And also, I have an opportunity to be in a country where I can, make some decent commentary without worrying too much about anything. Because unlike a few other countries, I actually know what's going on in Sardinia-Piedmont in the, in the time period we're talking about. Although, another part of the reason why is that I was researching sort of the time period. So I was doing some studying, some research on Sardinia-Piedmont in this period because I kind of want to, I kind of want to like make a video on it, but the script is still a work in progress. Actually, am I recording? Yes, I am. Okay, good. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just play a fucking full series at 3 speed. If it gets too slow, 4 speed. When we get into wars, I might give myself 2 speed. So we have time to talk about things. Now, both in terms of gameplay and in terms of, in terms of the history of it, because the history of it is pretty interesting. Now, we start off with a fleet, which is good. Having a fleet is good. And okay. And we start off with a bit of problems in our country. That's because we are currently a extremely reactionary country at the sort of brink of a major liberal upswing. So we're going to get the liberal agitations and stuff. So our militancy is going to go up massively. Now, my idea at the moment is to attack Algiers. Like in the normal game, I'd attack Tunis, but Algiers is actually pretty good because they're not... Like, Tunis here is feared by the Ottomans, so I would have to fight the Ottomans, and I cannot do that right now. When it comes to Algiers, I can attack them pretty easily. And they're going to get destroyed, and they have a nice iron province, Constantine. So, yeah, time to get in there. We're lacking canned food, so I'm going to build a canned food factory. Once I have the money, at least, I guess. And once I'm done with my first war, I can defund my army. But yeah, basically the whole idea here is that I don't want to edit. At least not this time. So I'm just going to do a really dumb, like, just recording. 30 minutes, split it off, and upload it. Because I am a dick. And I don't want you to have quality content. So yeah, time to minor conquest Algiers. They should not really pose too much of a challenge. At worst, I can request military access from France, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. Okay. And now I can get my shitty clippers to get back these guys. Okay. Now, the strategy here is to get a little bit of colonies at the start. Now, GFM being an HPM, being a mod based on HPM, also gives me violating Swiss neutrality option, which I'm not sure when it disappears, but it disappears at some point. But yeah, we might do that as well. Although I am kind of like, I'm always kind of afraid that it's going to break. It's going to break your war with Austria. I'm not sure if we're going to have the option of violating Swiss neutrality after 1848. Basically, violating Swiss neutrality is going to be something that gives you sort of claims. Actually, let's do speed 4. That is going to give you claims on all of Switzerland, right? It's going to give you a conquest CB, so you can take it over. And yeah, pretty decent because Switzerland is good land and stuff. Very good land. So yeah, just building up my stuff. I'm gonna go in on the Tunis. Okay, yeah, Switzerland, of course, wants an alliance, but I don't think I want to. Attack +1 is the best I've got, and I'm taking attrition anyway, so let's go in and finish these guys off. Should be rather easy. They're on Civ, I think. Yeah, they're on Civ, so they don't have tech, and that means they die. Good. So that's conquest number 1 or something. Now, again, I cannot take over Tunis because they're sphered by the Ottomans. In this mod, there's a bunch of shit going on with the Ottomans and the Iranians at the start of the game. There we go. Annex Algiers. Very good. I could also... Oh, no, that's... give me the prestige. Give me the prestige, anyway. So we just got an event about Giuseppe Mazzini, and that was an Italian revolutionary. Let's get into the historical sort of mumbo-jumbo. Oh, plus 10%. Okay. Not the best, but okay. All right. So we just got an event about Giuseppe Mazzini, and that basically, the guy was a Italian democratic revolutionary. Because as I said, at the beginning, we're supposed to be an extremely reactionary country, and do I just let them? Do I just let the capitalists fund these factories? Apparently, the winery is doing pretty good. At the beginning, Sardinia-Piedmont was basically just the most reactionary country in Italy in some ways, but it was also the best prepared to accept sort of liberal innovations, which put it in a very awkward position because what was going on was that the sort of increasingly liberal public opinion of the country was clashing with the sort of supremely aristocratic, and sort of backwards-looking ruling class. Now, I'm gonna get me some relations with France, hopefully. British Qajar War, okay. Oh wait, what? There's no cooldown on increasing relations? Well, okay, very balanced. Now, basically, at this point in time, Italy... okay, Mazzini remains in exile. Oh, we lose. Yeah, basically, quite a few of these revolutionaries had no safe place in Italy because the Austrians, after the Congress of Vienna in 1815, had sort of managed to... I think I should get me some of this, right? Idealism is in 1840. Maybe I got me some positivism before then, or maybe what is this? Wine production, rubber production, paper production, explosive production, cotton output. Nah, we do railroads. We're getting some railroads. Basically, after the Congress of Vienna, Austria was sort of dominating Italy in terms of sphere of influence, power plays, and right, it had a lot of issues because the parts of northern Italy that it controlled, which is this region, sort of Lombardo-Venetia, Venetia is this region, and Lombardy is this region, were probably some of the most okay phone, you're being annoying, were probably some of the most productive and important regions in the Austrian Empire, which was already a declining power. So it had to keep hold of those regions pretty much at all costs. But it was facing a sort of increased Italian nationalism because Napoleon, when he had conquered Italy, had sort of established a French puppet sort of Italian republic, which then turned into an Italian monarchy. And this sort of, along with the general exporting of the French Revolution and its sort of consequences to the rest, to the entirety of Europe, including Italy, meant that, do I have, I don't really have unemployed craftsmen. Give me some steel mills, and give me some clippers, maybe. Maybe some clippers in, maybe some clippers in Sardinia, because, oh no, this does not require coal. It only requires wood. Do I have wood anywhere? So anyways, basically in Italy, you had this issue where... Huh, really? I've got iron here. Okay. It's a tiny amount of iron. Wait, what? Why can I not? Oh, 35,000 for a clipper factory. Ooh, okay. So you had a bit of an issue, because the increasingly liberal and nationalist outlook in a lot of sort of the intelligentsia was obviously clashing with the political realities. And that combined with the incendiary situation in the rest of Europe meant that throughout the 20s and 30s, whenever big sort of big upheavals were happening elsewhere in Europe, such as, for example, the 1821 Cadiz revolt, which was when the Spanish army mutinied in Cadiz to sort of as a pro-constitutional uprising, which forced Spain into becoming a constitutional monarchy. That plus, for example, the other big one was the 1830 revolution in Paris, plus a bunch of sort of homegrown uprisings meant that, again, these 2 decades were sort of mostly... No. Luxury clothes are good. Please, let's have luxury clothes. Gonna subsidize that. Meant that these 2 decades were very, very sort of unstable in Italy. And a lot of these reactionary governments were only aligned with Austria, really, because Austria was a sort of protector of reactionary, sort of bulwark of reactionary ideology in Southern Europe. They actually would have preferred to be more independent of Austria, but they couldn't because they were too afraid of their own sort of population rising up. And a lot of these Italian states had super weak militaries. Basically only parade militaries meant to just... Yeah, no, don't care. They were parade ground militaries, not really meant to fight because many of these states were simply too small. And the Papal States and the two Sicilies too disorganized and sort of dysfunctional. But yeah, basically, Florence had next to no military. Obviously, Modena and Parma, these two tiny countries over here. Then Lucca, too small. The only exceptions were the two Sicilies and the Sardinia-Piedmont. Now, the two Sicilies, again, were very dysfunctional, had their own issues. I'm not an expert on them. I'm not going to talk about them. But Sardinia-Piedmont was able to sort of stand on its own 2 feet compared to a lot of the other Italian minors. There are a lot of reasons why. I'm just, by the way, right now, I'm just burning infamy and waiting until I can violate the Swiss, because when you violate Swiss neutrality, you gain 25 infamy instantly. So I need to have 0 infamy in order to do that. Because if I click it right now, I go over 25 infamy and everyone can declare war on me to cut me down to size, and that would be pretty bad because I would not be able to defend myself. So basically, Sardinia-Piedmont was able to sort of stand on its own 2 feet. Many reasons why. How expensive are these bersaglieri? Which, by the way, right now they're referenced to as guards, but really they're not. But whatever. You need free money to pay for the supplies. Free money per day, compared to the infantry, which requires free money. Okay, might as well keep them. Frankly, might as well keep the bersaglieri around. And I'm just gonna disband the shit. Oh, fuck. Just gonna disband the shitty units and do some... Ooh. Do me colonial exploitation. Yes, please. Thank you very much. Oh, it's 1840. Time to do positivism. Positivism, good. Give me some research points. Anyway, Sardinia-Piedmont, therefore, was a sort of default option because it was the strongest Italian state, and especially it had the strong... Oh, again. It had the strongest military out of all the Italian states. Again, because of many historical reasons. Oh, shit. I need one more... oh, no, I do have a gun. Give me more guns. What it represented was a potential source of sort of a national bulwark, right? Now, with the sort of hindsight that we have today, it is obvious that Sardinia-Piedmont was going to be the sort of state unit. There we go, restoration in Naples. Was the sort of state unit that would form the nucleus of the Italian state. To us today, this is obvious. But when it comes to people back then, it looked very differently because the government before 1848 was extremely reactionary. Algeria. Could I take some of this? Algerian Constantine. Whatever. Was the most reactionary, possibly excepting, I guess, the Papal States, because the Papal States had to guard its sort of weird theocracy. Temperance League. Sure. Probably not the best idea because I'm going to have a lot of militancy very soon, but hey, this just means more reforms for me. And part of the reason why that was that Sardinia-Piedmont was the most reactionary was that sort of the... Sardinia-Piedmont was born as a sort of aristocratic state, which may sound a little ridiculous, but basically... actually, let's do... Basically, it was a very, very expanded feudal realm. It was born in Savoy, which is this region, under the rule of the ruling House of Savoy. And the ruling House of Savoy had been ruling in Savoy for pretty much, from pretty much the 11th century or something like that. And there we go, Age of Liberalism. Pretty much from the 11th century. And this gave them... quite a lot of reasons to be very reactionary. Okay, now we can do Statuto Albertino, which was the constitution that was given, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to grant a constitution yet. This is going to remove 8 militancy from liberals and 6 militancy from conservatives and give me some prestige and remove liberal agitation. So I could already click the thing, but this is not real life. This is Victoria 2, and what was important in real life is not important in Victoria 2. You'll see what I mean very, very soon. Basically, in real life, what happens is 1848 comes around and Europe blows up, right? And importantly, 2 of the revolts that sort of started 1848 as we know it were revolts in Sicily and in Naples and in Vienna, 2 sort of bulwarks of reactionary thought in the Italian peninsula. And this sort of gave a lot of impetus to liberal forces. Albania. No, Albania. This gave a lot of impetus to liberal forces, which then sort of staged uprisings all over Italy. And one of those was in Turin. And in Turin, much like in many other places, a constitution was granted. But should I do mechanized mining or should I need to do army tech because in 1848 events are going to happen and I'm going to need my military to be fully sort of ready to fight Austria. Now, let's actually calculate this before I continue my stupid narration that everyone is getting bored at. So currently it's 3.07, which means it's going to take 0.10 per day. That's 10 for 30. 30 months. Damn, that's a lot of months. I'm not even sure. Oh. Immigration push. I don't think I want immigration push. Give me some more free press. I don't care. I might get a... I still don't have any... Okay. I still don't have any liberal rebels. But yes, basically... in 30 months, which means 2 years and a half, which means 1843. Okay. So in 1843, I can attack Switzerland and annex it, and that should be a nice boost to me. My income is currently 115, and my brigades are 16. Now, Switzerland has a lot of South Germans. Texas. Quite a few North Italians, but not a lot. There's some Romansh, which I don't think anybody but Switzerland accepts. So I only accept North Italians and Arpitans. Or Arpitan. I think that's French. Basically, this culture that is straddling the Alps, this French culture that's straddling the Alps, that's supposed to represent the sort of region of Savoy and Swiss French parts, and also Aosta. That's not entirely accurate, but sure. Basically, this should be a nice amount of pops for me. Now, yeah, local head is best. Basically, even though by sort of predisposition and ideology, the House of Savoy was definitely not they were definitely not fans of liberalism, or particularly inclined to concede, ooh, that's a plus free attack, let's fucking go, to concede constitutions or anything. No, I'm gonna wait until I can do some social reforms. Oh no, I could do free press, because that's going to give me plurality, right? No, it isn't. Literacy impact on consciousness, immigrant attraction. Huh, okay. Well, could do unions, which is going to increase social reform desire. Let's do this. I want social reform. Okay, colonial policy, I think indirect rule. Yes. Don't think... I don't have enough pops in Italy for settlement. Give me a naval base. And yeah, basically, they were not too inclined to concede constitutions or anything, but again, they were ruling over the most organically liberal country in Italy. The reason why, or I suppose not country, but region, although by the standards of the time, the people in each Italian state kind of considered the state to be their own country and everyone around them to be foreigners in some way or another. Okay, that's enough intellectuals. Give me some more intellectuals. Although perhaps 4% intellectuals would not be the worst idea in the world. I'm going to need to encourage soldiers later. Basically, this is because for a multitude of reasons, along with Lombardy, which is under Austrian control, Piedmont was the most industrialized and sort of capitalistically inclined region in Italy, in all of it, which meant that there was a big potential for a sort of big intellectual scene. Lots of people, knew how to read compared to some of the other regions. Lots of people, who had property and stakes. It wasn't like properly like modern capitalistic enterprise. It was more like a family capitalism. But this meant that basically there was, yes, a sort of class struggle going on between the rising bourgeois and the, the existing, is my Clipper shipyard actually turning a profit? Yeah, let's go. There was a sort of class conflict between the rising bourgeois and the aristocracy, but the aristocracy also could sort of count on the bourgeois in times of extreme need, such as, for example, when the potential of social revolution was sort of rearing its ugly head, where they could ally with them and sort of embrace modern liberalism, which in a lot of the other Italian states was not possible because there was almost no proletarian class and there was very, very little bourgeois. So there was only the aristocracy and sort of a wider swathe of, peasants or, urban semi-proletarian people. And only very, very minor bourgeois people. So this meant that, for example, in Naples, when the Constitution was sort of given by the government, there was really not enough sort of push. These Clippers are weird. They sometimes turn a profit, they sometimes don't. So I'm just going to leave the subsidies on because at some point I'm going to need those Clippers. Yeah, we're getting, looks like the suffrage. The reason why I'm not really wanting to give suffrage is that we're going to elect the liberals. And if we're going to elect the liberals, what we're going to have is a very, very rough time with money because, oh shit, wait. I should be getting more money. You know why? Because I'm an idiot. I should have a trade policy. Show government decision. I am an idiot. There we go. Yeah. Should be getting more money. There we go. I'm at 30 minutes. I am at 30 minutes. Okay. I am only going to pause when the 30 minutes are coming up. So that's it for today. Next time we annex Switzerland and we look towards 1848. And hopefully we're not going to get our asses handed to us. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the sort of historical situation and quite a bit more about the game itself, because we're going to have more things to talk about when it comes to the game. More gameplay, yay! Strategy. See you soon.